Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Green Shift podcast, where we explore the innovations, policies, and people driving Africa's green revolution. I'm your host, Nixon Kanali, and today we are asking a critical question. How are local banks in Kenya helping finance the fight against climate change? Because here's the truth. Climate goals without climate money, they stay dreams. Let's start with the basics. Climate finance refers to capital from public, private, or blended resources that goes into reducing emissions, building climate resilience, and promoting sustainable development. Globally, we hear about massive climate funds and billion-dollar pledges, but here at home, something far more grassroots and frankly, more urgent is happening. Our local banks in Kenya are slowly but surely embracing climate-conscious lending. And this matters because they understand the ground realities. From smallholder farmers to green tech startups, and they are in a powerful position to channel funds where they are needed the most. Let's break down how this actually shows up in real life. It's everything from offering lower interest rates for electric vehicle financing to structuring loans around climate-smart farming inputs to issuing green bonds that support clean infrastructure. And more Kenyan banks are baking sustainability into their core strategy. This isn't just CSR anymore, this is business. NCBA has been a frontrunner in this space. They have launched green auto plans to support the uptake of electric vehicles and hybrid models. They are also exploring broader ESG-aligned financing products, and in their sustainability reports, they have committed to reaching net zero as an institution. Equity Bank has taken it even further, embedding climate resilience across their SME portfolio. They have financed solar installations, clean cook-stove projects, and climate-smart agriculture programs in arid and semi-arid areas. This is impact at scale. Then there's Coop Bank, deeply tied to Kenya's agricultural backbone. They have worked with partners like IFC to finance agribusiness with strong climate outcomes like water, conservation, and reforestation. We are also seeing signs of change in SACCOs, MFIs, and even digital lenders. Some are beginning to assess ESG risk in lending decisions. That's promising. So why is all this such a big deal? Because Africa, and Kenya in particular, is at the front line of the climate crisis. Droughts, flash floods, food insecurity, displaced communities, all of it ties back to changing climate. But the solutions require financing. The gap between where we are and where we need to be is estimated in trillions, and we can't wait for international donors forever. By building capacity within our financial systems, we can own this transition and create new jobs, grow clean industries, and protect our communities. Hey, quick pause. If you're enjoying this episode, please consider subscribing and leaving a review on your favorite podcast platform. It helps more people discover the Green Shift and join the climate conversation across Africa. You can follow us on Twitter and LinkedIn. Just search the Green Shift podcast and let us know what topics you want us to dig deep into next. All right, back to the episode. Of course, it's not all smooth sailing. Local financial institutions face real challenges when it comes to scaling green finance. Some of the big ones: lack of technical expertise to assess green project risk, regulatory gaps, which has always been a big issue. There is no unified green taxonomy in Kenya, for example. Data shortages, both in carbon metrics and impact tracking, and in many cases, low demand from businesses and individuals who aren't aware green financing is even an option. We need a stronger policies to guide this space. For example, if the Central Bank of Kenya introduced climate stress-free testing requirements, it could accelerate ESG adoption across the sector. Also, banks need training, not just on risk, but opportunity, because green finance is good business. Imagine this: a youth-led agri-tech startup walks into a bank and gets a low-interest loan because their business model helps reduce carbon emission. Or a SACCO member gets a top-up loan to install a solar water heater because it reduces household energy costs and emission. Or a financial institution rewarding a client for hitting sustainability goals. This isn't fantasy, it is the near future. But we need to connect the dots between climate innovation and capital. And that means banks, startups, governments, and citizens working together. So, here's the bottom line. If we want a resilient, sustainable Kenya, we must finance it ourselves. We are seeing the beginning of that, from NCBA to equity, from microfinance to fintech, but now is the time to double down. If you work in finance, push for ESG frameworks and green lending. If you're a policymaker, create incentives for climate-aligned investments. And if you're a consumer or entrepreneur like us, ask your bank, do you support green finance? Demand better, because every shilling we spend or lend is a vote for the kind of future we want. Thank you for tuning into the Green Shift podcast. I am Nixon Kanali. I'll catch you next week as we explore another story shaping Africa's sustainability journey. Until then, see ya.